right.
That was so funny.
Actually, Terrible Tim took it easy on everybody.
I know. That song was a dedication?
That was a dedication to one of our former producers, Bill Adams, who passed away a couple of years ago.
You got to have love for Brother Man Bill.
Terrible Tim, thank you for
Terrible
coming on the
Tim?
show.
Always remember Brother Man Bill.
Now listen, you're our. We have another free giveaway with the late night show. I'm always giving things away. That's why I'm broke. But we got a free 1-year subscription to Metal Edge magazine, and Terrible Tim, I'm giving it to you.
Brother Man,
because you're a good man.
This is the most generous offering to the leader of the Terrible Tim Nation.
Our friends at Metal Edge donated a year subscription to one of our loyal CTV producers. So Tim, tell everybody about this jingles thing you did for CBS and Gene Simmons.
Well, I passed an audition in Manhattan, and they flew us out to California. I brought my friend T-Square to help me out on the vocals. And I know we don't have a lot of time, but we went to the rehearsal studio. Everyone's rehearsing to do the second part of the audition, which was held in California. All of a sudden, Gene Simmons from KISS comes into the auditorium with these two women that are advertising executives. And Gene Simmons gives us this speech about how commercialism is the engine that fuels the economy and all of this stuff. Just bring the best you can. I don't care what you look like. I don't want any gimmicks. I don't care nothing. And the assignment was to do a song about a commercial that doesn't exist, about a product that doesn't exist. And I had all of that together. We get in there, I do the nitrous oxide song because the people from New York liked it, and then they gave me the heads up and said, we want you to do the nitrous oxide song for the audition. So we do it. Gene Simmons is doubled over laughing and convulsing. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, I got the job. I got the job. Gene Simmons is loving this song. Then I finish the song, and he turns to the woman on his left, and she's like, well, it's not really what we were looking for. You didn't do a song about a product or whatever. Then he turned to his right, and the other woman is like, yeah, I agree with her, blah, blah, blah. And then Gene Simmons just signed off on it. But he was like, Tim, don't stop what you're doing. I love what you're doing. I'm going to give you my contact information in the kitchen. And we had a, and there's a chance that the audition might still end up on the show if it ever gets on the air. It's called Jingles, and it's going to be on CBS. And he was like, all right, now get out of here, or whatever. And don't lose a pound, he tells me. Hey, it wasn't that funny.
Well, Gene likes to bust chops. I've been a KISS fan for my whole life. But, hey, that must have been a great honor.
And then it was a great honor, but the guy never called me back. And so I'm like, what up with that, son?
Hey, listen, you remember the old saying? That's show business.
That is show business. It was just show business.
Just remember that he remembered you, and he will remember you. So, don't give up. Timmy, you got a lot of talent. If I had my record label and a lot of money, you would definitely be signed to me.
Bro, I know that, man. That's the love. That's the love. So I keep going to auditions, and this is a land of opportunity. We live in New York, and so I'm just going to keep going.
Keep hanging in there, Timmy.
But listen, thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for reaching down and help out a young brother coming up in the game.
Yeah. All right.
Before we end the show, we want to thank our sponsors.
Yes, for all the food.
The food was unbelievable.
Always.
We have John at Fratelli's Pizza. We have Jerry at Seguin Bagels. Thank you.
Good friend of my family, we have Mike Gentili from Gentili's Restaurant on Arctic Hill Road in Tottenville. And last but not least, Terrible Tim just fell over the chair. Last but not least, we have Serto's Pork Store in Princess Bay. So if you guys on the South Shore, definitely go to these people's restaurants and stores. They got excellent food. So, Catherine, thank you for coming.
It was a great show, Joe. It was good seeing you again.
Yes, definitely. Thank you for our viewing audience. And
take care.
And comb your hair.
Where he can play his guitar. Everywhere Terrible Tim goes, they tell him to hit the road. 'Cause I'm the Terrible Tim. The Terrible Tim. Terrible Tim. Terrible Tim. Terrible Tim blew up the room. They only let me play 3 tunes. Terrible Tim skills are full blown. This is a Terrible Tim microphone. 'Cause I'm the Terrible Tim. The Terrible Tim. Terrible Tim. the terrible Tim. Terrible Tim takes it too far. Terrible Tim plays his guitar. Terrible Tim's melodies always draw new enemies. Some the terrible Tim, the terrible Tim, terrible Tim, the terrible Tim. Terrible Tim can't find a bar where he can play his guitar. Everywhere Terrible Tim goes, they tell him to hit the road. 'Cause I'm the Terrible Tim, the terrible Tim, terrible Tim, the terrible Tim.